This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. I'm Kate Sharon. The St. Joseph County Board of Commissioners has launched an investigation into the operations of a halfway house in South Bend. Our partners at Fox Michiana report the launch of the investigation follows questions into a reported six-figure salary for the center's kitchen director, Dolores Walker, who is also the mother of the center's director, Sharon McBride. McBride gave the following statement.
They were put on notice by previous counsel to tell them that there was no violation of policy and procedures. I have emails from the Department of Corrections telling them there was no violation of policies and procedures, and yet they were adamant to have this public shaming.
The commissioner said Wednesday the investigation stems from what they describe as concerning allegations related to the Duke Home Center, including staffing issues, overtime abuse, and improper financial transactions. Financial Arts Incorporated, an insurance brokerage firm headquartered in the Jasper County town of Des Moines, is under new ownership. Sacramento, California-based InZone Insurance Services has acquired Financial Arts, though financial terms are not being disclosed. The company was founded in 1974 by Jack Fagan and is currently led by Chief Operating Officer Dan Fagan and Chief Financial Officer Valerie Fagan. The firm primarily focuses on benefits and Medicare solutions. Dan Fagan said the firm has been searching for a larger partner that would allow them to offer more services to its clients. Indiana's House Education Committee voted along party lines Wednesday to move a controversial bill that seeks to push speech in college classrooms toward, quote, intellectual diversity. Debated language from the original draft of the proposal, which would have given House and Senate Majority leaders the power to choose some members of the Board of Trustees at Hoosier Public Colleges and Universities, was removed before the vote, however. Senator Spencer Deary of West Lafayette, who authored the bill, said it adds protections to state law to ensure professors can't be retaliated against for, quote, criticizing administrators for the content of your research or for your outside political views. But Democrats and college faculty continue to disagree. An attempt by Representative Ed Delaney of Indianapolis to further amend and essentially gut Deary's bill was rejected on Wednesday. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
The developer behind the new casino in Terre Haute has unveiled plans for a gaming venue near Indiana's southern border. Louisville-based Cardinal Downs Incorporated said Wednesday it will invest $100 million to build Owensboro's Racing and Gaming in Owensboro, Kentucky. Set to open in the first quarter of 2025, the venue is expected to add 150 jobs, in addition to more than 200 construction jobs. Churchill Downs said the facility will include 600 state-of-the-art historical racing machines, a retail sports book, and multiple food and beverage offerings. The venture capital firm of Allison Transmission announced Tuesday an investment in Niron Magnetics, whose permanent magnet made without rare earth materials was named one of Time's best inventions of 2023. Allison Ventures joined Samsung Ventures, automotive supplier Magna, and others in providing a $25 million round of funding. The amount Allison contributed was undisclosed. The investment from Allison Ventures comes as the demand for rare earth materials outpaces production, leading to supply chain vulnerabilities and environmental concerns. The partnership also addresses the growing demand for sustainable and environmentally friendly solutions for commercial duty vehicle development. The Indiana University Angel Network has invested $65,000 in a healthcare information app startup called Primary Record. The Fishers-based startup will use the funding to build out its app's features, specifically a platform for care managers and patient advocates to securely connect with their clients and family caregivers. They also will seek communal partnerships to publicize their product. AgriNovus Indiana, a not-for-profit initiative focused on growing Indiana's ag bioscience economy, announced 4 new members to its board of directors. Karen Plout, Vice President of Research at Purdue University, will lead as the board's new chair. Other appointments include Trent Torrance, United Animal Health Chief Operating Officer, as Vice Chair, Courtney Kingery, CEO of Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Indiana Soybean Alliance, to the Executive Committee, and Jose Simas, Executive Director at Elanco U.S. Farm Animal Business, as a director. Mental health providers are desperate for better treatments for depression, and close to 100 patients will soon test a new drug developed in Indianapolis, combined with a high-tech headband. The Phase 2 clinical study will evaluate Gate Neuroscience's lead drug, which uses a precision medicine approach. IIB's Kylie Valletta.
The startup's lead drug, Zolquistinel, is a precision medication, which Gate says is a sharp contrast to the current trial and error approach of blanket prescribing traditional drugs that may not work for weeks and aren't effective for many patients. Gate will soon launch a Phase 2 clinical study of its rapid-acting once-weekly oral medication to treat depression. The main goal of the study is to better understand how patients' mood responds week to week while taking Zolquistinel. Expected to enroll Hoosiers, the study also adds a new layer of technology, the Dream headband device, developed by a Boston-based company. Gate Neuroscience's head of corporate development, Rob Hotaling, says the headband captures data that could help show how a patient is reacting to the antidepressant.
One thing that the Dream headband is capturing that's super exciting is EEG, which is your brain's wave patterns or kind of how your brain is reacting to the world, essentially.
Due to the strong association between depression and sleep, the headband will also collect highly scientific sleep measures as part of the study. Kylie Valletta, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Jim Bullard, the inaugural dean of the Mitchell E. Daniels Jr. School of Business, is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond, available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Kate Sharon for Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.